You're watching CBS 5 Eyewitness News in high definition.
Well, there it is, the Space Shuttle Endeavour giving Northern California a farewell flyover. The historic spacecraft making low-level passes over Bay Area landmarks. Some very dramatic images that people around here will never forget. It was pretty exciting. How about a live look now? The shuttle, it has put on a show for us. It is now putting on a show in Los Angeles. If you can see it there in the sky, it's over Los Angeles right now, where it will do a number of flybys, including Disneyland and a lot of landmarks down there before it lands at LAX. And then gets ready for a big parade through town in a couple of weeks.
Oh, good stuff. Well, good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Wenger. Michelle is off.
Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Malakote. Hundreds, if not thousands, were outside to catch a glimpse of the shuttle flyover right here in the Bay Area.
That's right. And maybe the biggest crowd was at the NASA Ames Research Center. And among them, CBS 5 reporter Mark Sayer. All right, Mark, you were there. What are people saying? Did it live up to all the hype?
Well, Elizabeth, I know there were some amazing pictures elsewhere in the Bay Area where indeed it did live up to its hype, but due to the flight path here where it actually came and was a little bit obscured by the massive Hangar 1, that hangar you can see from Highway 101, there were some spectators here that were indeed disappointed. The specially modified 747 ferrying the shuttle Endeavour crossed slightly to the west of the massive Hangar 1, which itself played a role in the shuttle program. But with thousands of people crowding the flight line, expecting a low pass directly over the runway, there were some people who were disappointed.
What a great disappointment. It was horrible. We didn't even know where it was coming. We knew what direction, south, but they didn't tell us it was on the other side of the hangar.
Others, though, say even though the route was not exactly as expected, it was still a good show.
This was awesome. I saw this when I was a little kid before the shuttle even went up into space, and now seeing it at the end of the life of the shuttle is very exciting.
But thousands of people came to Moffett Field with high expectations, some with big cameras who staked out their positions early, and many parents brought their kids, perhaps to inspire the next generation of engineers or astronauts.
We went to the booths ahead of time, and there were so many different aspects to the space program that we weren't even aware of. Do you remember the biology one I was talking about, space biology? And I thought, wow, look at all the different ways you can learn about space and not have to be an astronaut if you can't do that.
Now, by the time the shuttle reached Moffett Field, it was running about 20 minutes behind the projected schedule. All NASA said before the flyover was that Ames here was guaranteed one pass. There might have been a second one. As that shuttle flew south toward the Monterey area, people here very much hoping it would turn around and come back for a second pass, which was not to be. Reporting live at Moffett Field in Mountain View, I'm Mark Sayer, CBS 5.
Thanks, Mark. Well, with waterfront views and iconic landmarks in the background, San Francisco shuttle watchers could argue that they saw the better show. And CBS 5 reporter Kate Guerin is at Crissy Field with reaction. And Kate, we were getting goosebumps here in the studio. I can't imagine what it was like to be there live.
That is exactly right, Liz. Oh, my goodness, it was definitely breathtaking. And as if the Golden Gate Bridge wasn't picturesque on its own, add the Space Shuttle Endeavour to it. We had hundreds of people here, and the anticipation was just, you could feel it in the crowd. There was a lot of excitement and, of course, cameras. Now, take a look for yourself. The breathtaking moments as the Space Shuttle Endeavour took her first and last flight around the Bay Area. She made her first loop slowly skirting along the Bay waters, and then that money shot, the Golden Gate Bridge, and a piece of a once-in-a-lifetime history. Technology, science, geography, everything kind of.
It was really cool. I've never seen anything like it.
Work will be there tomorrow. It'll be there next week. But the shuttle, this was absolutely the last chance to see it. And I think no workplace worth working for would mind you taking a couple of hours off to go see it.
And then the Space Shuttle Endeavour came around a second time, this time much lower and closer to the Bay waters. And then the waterfront was a flurry of cameras just snapping away. Hundreds of Bay Area spectators with their families and pets all looked in awe. And Frank and Liz, the one question I had for basically the crowd, in addition to asking them how they enjoyed the show, basically was, did you have work today? A lot of them just admitted to me that they either took the day off or called in sick, and all agreed that it was worth it. We're live in San Francisco. Back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, thank you, Kate. Well, in many places around the Bay, you didn't have to go too far to catch a glimpse of the historic flyover. Endeavor's route was planned to cover a wide slice of the Bay Area. Take a look at what we found near our San Francisco studios. Lots of people, they were all on rooftops, turning the flyby into kind of mid-morning coffee break. They were rewarded with a great view of the shuttle against a Bay Area backdrop.
And it was also a big hit on social media. As you might imagine, pictures pouring in through Twitter and Facebook. Here's a shot posted by Endeavour. Look at that, taken in downtown Sacramento before it headed our way. And this picture comes from Boris. Endeavour passing over the Bay Bridge there in Alcatraz, or make that Treasure Island, actually. And check this one out. Beautiful shot, almost like a painting there. This was taken by Chris Ball, the shutter Endeavour over the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. A couple of icons. Beautiful.
And our CBS 5 cameras, well, they also went along with some San Francisco school children who turned the shuttle visit into a field trip. So they hiked up to Tank Hill Park, that's above Coal Valley, for just the perfect vantage point. And then they waited and they watched.
It's going to be very hard to find because sort of the sun's going to be in our face, and most of us predict it's going to, I predict it's going to be over here, way over there. So I'm not sure. The marine layer.
Got a future reporter on our hands as well.
Reporter, I was going to say.
The kids got a great show as the shuttle circled the city and disappeared just over the trees of Mount Sutro.
Pretty neat. Well, the Space Shuttle's first flight was back in 1992. It blasted off from the Kennedy Space Center in May of that year. Its last mission, of course, back in May of 2011. Shuttle logged a total of 299 days in space, and that was a grand total of 25 missions.
It traveled nearly 123 million miles, and some other numbers, it orbited Earth 4,671 times. Endeavour was the very last shuttle built. It was called the Baby Shuttle. It replaced the Challenger after it exploded shortly after launch in January 1986.
And the shuttle flyover is our top story on our website. We got a complete wrap of all the shuttle coverage. All you got to do, go to our website, cbssf.com, and take a look.
Yeah, we were saying it makes you kind of proud to be an American
Absolutely,
today.
yeah. We all kind of felt that way. And I think most of the people that were watching it come through just said, you know, something good right here in the Bay Area. Well, the shuttle watch parties tied up a lot of Bay Area freeways, and when they got back in their cars, it was a bit of a mess. Here's Gianna with a look at your roadways.
Yeah, it certainly was a mess out there. In fact, it still is just a bit. We're going to show you some video from Chopper 5 we took earlier of folks leaving Moffett Field just after the shuttle flyover. You can see traffic was pretty snarled up through there. It's causing some serious delays along 101, especially earlier. But again, those delays continue. You can still see some stop-and-go conditions on 101. Not as bad as it was earlier. Again, you can see live here, or actually earlier, this video taken from Chopper 5 of some very slow-and-go conditions on 101. Now, live conditions on our map right now. Most of those delays are on that northbound side of 101. It's still very slow-and-go coming off of 237, connecting over, speeds dipping in the 30s through there. Westbound 237, also seeing some delays, but a little bit better as you make your way on the Golden Gate Bridge. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much. Endeavor's final destination will be in the same county where it was built years ago.
That's right, it's retiring. Rockwell International constructed the last shuttle in Palmdale, north of Los Angeles, and it was built to replace Challenger, as we just mentioned, lost in an explosion back in 1986. It will be on display next month at the new Air and Space Hall at the California Science Center.
Well, the other big deal in the Bay Area today was that new iPhone.
Oh, right, that. Well, still to come, the first customer in San Francisco to get his hands on that must-have gadget.
Mobile weather here at Chabot Space Center, and hundreds of people. We were all the first to see the shuttle as it made its approach into the Bay Area. But that's not all happening here. We'll tell you what's up in the skies coming up.
Hi, I'm meteorologist Lawrence Carno on the CBS 5 Weather Center. Skies looking very nice as we're enjoying the final full day of summer. Will it be a nice weekend of fall? We'll talk about that coming up.
Well, the farewell flight is not over yet. As we speak, Endeavour is headed down the California coastline to its new permanent home, and it's already arrived down in Southern California.
I guess so. After taking off this morning from Edwards Air Force Base, it's now headed for LAX, and we go to CBS reporter Michelle Gile with more on Endeavour's final landing. So, Michelle, it's coming in.
That's right, Frank and Elizabeth. We're on a bluff top here right above Los Angeles International Airport in El Segundo, where people have camped out since last night. Look at the crowd, thousands upon thousands of people here on East Imperial Avenue. Police have shut the streets down to make way for this shuttle viewing party. The shuttle Endeavour did a low flyover here over LAX within the last 10 minutes. It's now touring Southern California, going to make a loop over Orange County and Disneyland before it ends up back here at LAX, where it will rest inside of this United terminal for a few weeks and then make its way via the streets to the Science Center. Now, a couple of friends here, Sue and Debbie from nearby Torrance, have a great seat here at the fence. Now, when you saw it fly over the first time, what did you think?
Oh, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My heart just stopped. It was, after seeing it on TV for so long, but to actually see it, even if it was just for a couple seconds, was well worth it. Unbelievable.
People have been so excited. Their voices were raised once it got within view, on their tippy toes, cameras pointed to the sky.
And hearts are pounding. Just looking at it was awesome. Totally awesome.
So many people called in sick from work. A lot of kids not here at school today. I mean, this is truly something that they didn't want to miss. And all of us, all of our thousands of friends here plan on staying all afternoon, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Until the shuttle comes back, because we are going to have an amazing view right here, as we said, from the bluff above LAX and El Segundo, where it will fly in and then land. So we are going to have a real treat. It's a double treat for those of us in El Segundo. We're going to toss it back to you guys in San Francisco.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much. It's just a party up and down.
I was going to say, it's better than Christmas.
California down to Southern California. And we're not done yet. Roberta Gonzalez is out with mobile weather, and she had a great spot. She was at the Chabot Observatory, one of the first spots when it peeked over into the Bay Area. We're going to hear from Roberta coming up in just a moment.
A lot of sunshine around the Bay Area now. We are headed into the first weekend of fall. How will that all work out? We'll talk about that coming up.
Well, I hate to do it, but I think we got to pat Lawrence Carno on the back, because it was a picture-perfect day for the old shuttle today.
It was. Everyone was so fearful of the fog.
It is kind of scary. You're making the forecast. I'm glad they delayed it by an hour. That made me feel a lot better.
By the way, you really can't determine the weather. You just kind of got lucky.
I can't do that much. I wish I could, but I just forecast it. Hey, folks, around the Bay Area, though, it did work out to be a nice day, and what a gorgeous day for the shuttle to come through here. Now some high clouds drifting overhead as we're looking at the last full day of summer. Can you believe it, coming to a close already? The temperature's heating up now into Concord at 73 degrees. It is 74 in Livermore and 65 degrees in San Francisco, 69 in San Jose. It looks like as we head in toward the afternoon, should be a beautiful afternoon, should be mostly sunny skies, and temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer tonight. We'll see some patchy clouds return overnight tonight. Maybe a couple patches make their way inside the bay, not a whole lot. And then the weekend really looking good. High pressure going to strengthen. That's probably going to send the temperatures up a few more degrees as we head in toward tomorrow. So really kind of a short warming trend as this low moving to the north, but as we get into Sunday, it's going to start to drop to the south. And that means we're likely going to see some cooler temperatures as we get into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, probably below the average. Temperature-wise today, not bad at all. 75 degrees in San Jose, 84 in Morgan Hill. Should be about 62 degrees in Pacifica. East Bay temperatures running up into the 80s in many spots inland, although inside the Delta you'll see some 70s as the breeze going to kick in there. Still about 80 degrees in the Napa Valley, about 81 in Santa Rosa, and about 70 degrees in Oakland, 67 degrees in San Francisco. Looking out toward that first weekend of fall, should be very nice, and the autumnal equinox starting 7:49 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then it looks like things will cool down a little bit into Sunday, more cooling into Monday and Tuesdays. We'll see those numbers head below the average for this time of year, but looks like some pretty nice weather ahead. So fall beginning tomorrow, those temperatures right around seasonal for this time of year. A little cool out toward the coastline, but nice and toasty inland, and then those 90s go away after that. Hey, if you want to do something fun for fall, this is a great and colorful festival. It's the Autumn Moon Festival in San Francisco and Chinatown. Get out there and check it out. Temperature there expected about 65 degrees, sunny and mild conditions. All right, we sent Roberta Gonzalez out. She had a bird's eye view of the space shuttle. She was out at Chabot, and how was that, Roberta? Wasn't that exciting?
It was extremely bittersweet for me, Lawrence, as well as exciting because I was raised in the Mojave Desert, and in Mojave, it was so thrilling to watch the shuttles land there. It was a big day for all of us all the time, and I've been following Endeavour since 1992 when it had its first initial launch, and to see it fly over today, the excitement was extraordinary. We felt like kids at Disneyland. I couldn't even go to sleep last night thinking about this. It's true. So Alexander Swisler is here. He's CEO and Executive Director of Chabot. Tell us, describe all the excitement here today.
Well, it was remarkable. We had nearly 600 people here around us on the decks. They were trying to get every angle possible, taking pictures, videoing, and it was wonderful. I mean, as you saw, right across here around the tree line, we saw the Shuttle Endeavour. And, you know, historic, once in a lifetime.
Why do you think this captured the attention of the entire Bay Area? Everybody seemed to be riveted by this particular story today.
I think it's two things. One is it's once. You know, there's never been a shuttle in the Bay Area, and there never will be again. So that's one. But the second thing is I think more and more, you know, particularly young people, did you see all the kids out here today?
Yes.
They're so excited about space. I mean, space remains an area of interest and excitement for kids. And we had little astronauts running around. You see the kids with the astronaut uniforms?
Yes, I did. And that's a good point because you have daily lessons for kids here at Chabot.
Absolutely. We see over 50,000 students throughout the school year. We had field trip today. And we will through the summer. And in addition, we have lots of other programs. We have a new planetarium show opening up next week, When Things Collide. So that'll be really exciting and scary and wonderful. And then later on in this year, we've got a new Bill Nye exhibit opening up. Oh. And then we've got a great exhibit in December on the sun that's going to blow your mind.
Very exciting, not just today, but really 12 months out of the year here at Chabot Space Center. And if you want more information, you could always visit us at cbssf.com. A historic day here at Chabot Space Center. Glad mobile weather can be here. Frank, Elizabeth, and Lawrence.